Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Quickie. Pastor Oscar here, and I pray that you're all doing well and are prospering in your relationships. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about, it's the holiday season, and there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things vying for our time and our attention, and it's really, really easy to lose sight of what's important, right? Because we start to get into the whole I'll call it the machine that it is, the holidays, right? Um, and the pressures and the things that go on. And so a lot of times couples, that puts a lot of pressure on the household and couples, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this holiday season to be over because we're all exhausted, and it's it just becomes this huge thing. So in this installment of the Quickie, I just want to offer you guys a few tips and tricks to help navigate through the season and get us on the other side without with minimal interruption and minimal abrasion in our relationships. So one of the things that we need to make sure that we're constantly doing and we're constantly staying focused with is making sure that we're making time for each other, right? Keeping those hidden communication lines available, making sure that for as much as you can, don't let a whole bunch of days to lapse between the times that you're actually spending time together and having those communication times. Because one of the things that happens to us is we're usually only communicating, and it's usually in areas or at times of distress, right? I missed the sale, or I'm spending too much money, or whatever the thing is, we're not in agreement for what gifts we're getting for this person and that person. So all of these things, right? We're spending our time with, family members that we don't normally spend time with. So that's a point of contention as well. So having these honest and open communication, intentional time that you can share about things that are coming and things that you're going through, and having that intentional time where you're both at peace and you're able to apply the rules of engagement correctly, right? Which is number one, we need to be in a space of peace. We also need to be in a space that we're non-judgmental, emotionally even. So we want to make sure that stuff is happening. The other thing is, make sure that you're making time for sex. That will help you a lot. So be intentional about the time that you're having intimacy, because again, the hustle and the shopping and all the holiday stuff, people visiting, all of that, right, is like a distraction. And so keeping that intimacy time, keeping that connection time with each other is going to be critical. So make sure that one, you're hanging on to your communication, and two, you're hanging on to your intimate sexual time. And then thirdly, is just to make sure that, you are spending time for yourself, right? Making sure that you're spending enough time with God and being led by the Spirit of God, and try not to be led by the world's definition of what the holidays should be and everything else. We want to make sure that we're grounded and that He is still our source. He is still on the throne, that we're not forgetting that Jesus is the reason for the season, that we are, mindful of that, and that is constantly in our forefront. So the first two are, practical exercises, but this third one is the most important one, right? To make sure that we stay attached, that our relationship with God stays intact and prioritized correctly, so that everything else can fall in line. So so I pray that you guys are able to navigate this holiday season, enjoy your families, enjoy each other, and that's try to avoid the pitfalls of, the devil will have us thinking that, the season is based off of the amount of gifts that we get, the amount of time that we, all the things that we're doing for other people, and it really takes away from self-care. But the truth is that if you're not happy, if you're not whole, if you're not grounded in what the Lord has and who you are in Christ, it's going to be very, very hard to be that for other people. So, like I said, just make sure that we're being intentional about the time that we're spending with God. Never lose focus of the reason why we're doing this, right? It's all to glorify Him. And then the practical things are with our spouse is to make sure that we are spending the time communicating and spending the time that we need physically to be physically intimate, so that, you're going to create this kind of, I don't know, I see it like creating this kind of force field around your relationship that doesn't have to suffer through the holidays. And then now we're trying to recover and undo some things in January. Not only do we have credit card bills, but we've also got some bills to pay where we've, not been the best spouse and not been the best for our spouse. So, love you guys. Keep plugging away. Until next time.